that is your C414.
This is Aiden Wolf.
Yes, we've got the AKG C414 xls, and that's what you're listening to right now. I've got the headphones on because I don't have the pop filter in, and I want to make sure I've got proper mic technique while I'm doing this. Once again, big thanks to Long & McQuaid for lending me this microphone. Awesome that I get to be able to do these videos without going absolutely broke buying these microphones. However, this one... I think this one might be on my list. My wife is going to hate me after I buy all these microphones. I know it. Now, for anyone that's interested, if you want to buy this microphone at Long & McQuaid here in Canada, you're going to be spending around 1,700 Canadian dollars. For you Americans, that's around 1,074 on Amazon. AKG started back in 1947 doing tech for a lot of movie theaters, and since they've grown into one of the largest and most trusted audio companies, mostly for microphones and for headphones. Now, the C series of microphones has been crowded throughout the years, but two of the top and most popular are this one, the C414 xls, and the C414 XL2. Now, you might remember the XL2 is PEWDIEPIE's microphone, which is similar. However, it's got a bit more of a presence boost, and it does have a different type of capsule, so just keep that in mind. However, like all mics, it comes down to preference. As for the technical specs on this thing, the audio frequency bandwidth goes from 20 to 20,000 hertz, equivalent noise level of 6 dB, which is super low, signal to noise ratio of 88 dB, sensitivity is 23 millivolts per Pascal, which translates to a max SPL of 158 dB, which is just damn loud. Let me know if anyone out there watching is actually pushing this thing that far. Now for the features. It has 9 polar patterns. I'm not kidding ya, 9 of them. It has Omni, Hypercardioid, Cardioid, Wide Cardioid, and Figure 8. Now, how it gets the other 4 is by mixing those polar patterns together. So that means you'll have Omni and Wide Cardioid and Cardioid, Cardioid and Hypercardioid and Figure 8. Very cool options for getting any kind of sound with all of these polar patterns, and kind of a cool way to get a unique sound on your next project. Now, it's because of this that it's become a favorite for a lot of studios. Of course, also along with its max SPL. And then on the back of the microphone, you have a MultiPad Switch for Neg 6, Neg 12, and Neg 18 dB, as well as a bass roll-off of 40, 80, and 160 hertz. Now, just to give you an idea of whether or not you need that, I don't necessarily find this microphone muddy. I do find it really pronounced in the lower end, and I do have a hard time with that. I'm used to a little bit more presence on my microphone. But when I started playing with the bass roll-off, this is what I found. This is the 40 bass roll-off. This is the 80 bass roll-off. And this is the 160 bass roll-off. Now, I don't know about you, but I kind of prefer this setting with that roll-off. I feel it gives me a little bit of a presence boost. Now, if you are going to buy this microphone and you've got a voice like mine, you can also just kind of pull it down a little bit in that 250 range, just to give it a little bit more or a little bit less of your chest. Now, this brings us to frequency response, and while each polar pattern kind of has a just slightly different frequency response, we're going to take a look at Cardioid. You can see rather flat with a bit of dips and dives in the higher end of the frequencies, which if you look at the C414 XL2, you can see where they separate in presence. It has a bit of a higher boost. As for proximity effect, I did actually find it very pronounced, so let's see. Hi, my name is Aiden Wolf. Hi, my name is Aiden Wolf. As for plosive rejection, it does come with its own pop filter, so I'm not going to be guessing it's going to be great, but let's give it a shot. Peter Piper picked. Peter Piper picked. I guess now it comes down to, is it a good microphone? Yes, this is an amazing microphone. And I do have to say, at this price point, 1,700 Canadian dollars is a lot of money to spend on a microphone. And when we talk about the rate of diminishing returns on microphones, usually that's when you start getting into that. But I can say honestly, with this microphone, it doesn't really apply. Why? Well, because it's so versatile. The versatility of this microphone is the same reason it's in almost every audio engineer's toolbox. This is an amazing microphone no matter what you're putting it up against. It doesn't matter if you're miking instruments, voice, or even doing Foley with it. This thing can handle the task, and it's funny. There are a lot of audio engineers that look at this microphone and say, this is the one I turn to the most. And when you look at some of the prices of the higher end microphones, oh, that's saying something. The AKG C414 xls is a definitive buy from me, and it's one of those things that I think everyone should at least try out once. So let me know down in the comments, what do you think of this microphone? I know there's a lot of fanboys for the AKG C414. Are you disappointed it's not the XL2? Thanks for watching. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you really liked it and you want to see some more of this, hit the subscribe button. Come along for the ride. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.